Hey, it's Jeff again. I want to make a video on narcissistic programming, and I hope it's not offensive to anybody, especially if you're narcissistic a little bit. Probably might be, I don't know. But alright, narcissism is contagious. People learn very efficiently. If something happens to someone enough, they inadvertently pick it up and develop the behavior themselves. This has been exacerbated by social media. Further, narcissistic people write programs that are narcissistic in manner. I'm sure you're all bright-lighted people that are writing the programs, but somebody is putting a twist on it here. To be more clear, programs are gaslighting their users, which are people. I mean, what year is it, right? My phone still spins me in a loop as if these programs were ancient. Maybe this isn't the best first example, but yesterday I couldn't record video on my phone because every time I erased my SD card, it kept saying it was still full, even though videos and pictures were erased. Every time I need my email when I sign up for something, Google doesn't accept it. Almost every time it says invalid. Even my password doesn't work all the time. I feel locked out. This makes me angry, which leaves my vibration low. Recently I got Facebook a couple weeks ago, and I'm like 10-15 years behind everyone. After 10 minutes, I can't stand to be on it anymore. Not because I'm jealous or anything, just irks me. I feel rough or low vibrations for several hours after. It takes 2 to 4 days of not using it to feel my normal self again. I can't imagine how people 10 to 15 years deep on Facebook must feel. No offense, I know everybody and their brother and sister is on Facebook, or maybe not feel. I hear the term desensitized, and I can't imagine living without being able to feel good every day. I mean, happy, full, balanced. In the past few years, I kept getting used by people who were running on empty. I really didn't know that I was the joke. Once again, the majority consensus rules, and this becomes belief. So I have no friends right now, and I'm all about harmony. I kept wondering why I was getting such bad reactions from people when I was truly being nice. They mistook me because of the consensus belief. I'm definitely not a joke. In fact, if anyone in the world worked with me on just about anything, they would have respect for me because I am a team player. I say this because I've worked with thousands of people. They know I have good work ethic. I'm not just talking about at a job. Let's say I'm helping someone move all day, or someone asks for help on a project. Some people idolize me because they can't miss my effective efficiency. And great smile, of course. I make progress quickly with quality outcomes because I've been using good ethics since I was young. My grandfather taught me his skills, like at 3 years old, I shot my first .22 rifle with him. At 4, I learned to hammer nails into wood. Took a few whacks, and I hit my fingers several times, but I learned. At 7, I learned to cut wood with a handsaw. Do you even know what a handsaw looks like anymore? I mowed the grass at 10 to be like my granddad. Around 8 to 10, I learned to hit a tennis ball with a racket, left and right-handed. I learned how to correctly swing a golf club, bat, left and right-handed. And we went to the library a lot. He taught me the value of money and how to have willpower and not spend it. I was a pitcher on a baseball team at 12 for several years. I played soccer for many years. Thank goodness he didn't have a cell phone on his side. And thank goodness he wasn't programmed by the internet and social media sites. I would be a completely different person. The most critical thing my grandfather taught me over the 17 years he was in my life was how to spot a drone. He referred to them as jackasses. Every time a car weaved in and out of traffic, for example, he would say with a deep, rough voice, "Look at that jackass." And that was that. Never more, never less. Every time we were together, he did this, no matter the circumstances. I knew that he didn't want to see me behave like this. Well, peer pressure is a bitch, especially for the youth, even into their 20s. So I knew I was starting to disappoint him around 15 when I started to act like the rest of those jackasses. I couldn't help it really, and we became distant slightly before he moved away. It's sad that I let this happen, even though it was more or less out of my control, seeing as how culture shapes our behavior so much at that age. I miss him so much, and wish that I could go back and be a better person to the one that I shared the deepest connection with. I love you, Granddad. I'm sorry I disappointed you at the end. Please treat your family like you would want them to be treated. Here's a little story about a family I saw at the hobby shop a week ago. I was getting out of the car when I heard this jackass lady talking down so bad to her son, who was maybe 10. The mom, dad, son, and young daughter, maybe 3 or 4 years old, this little girl, all of them were standing on the passenger side of their minivan. She was bent over with her finger pointing at him. She was saying in the most creepiest voice, "Do you know how close your finger was to slamming in that door?" I could feel her vibes, and it was truly creepy. "If your finger got slammed in that door, blah, 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 blah." She just kept going and going and going on that little boy. And he was just like, taking it, absorbing that energy, growing cancer, getting sick. It's horrible. I couldn't stand to listen to this overweight, nasty attitude lady. The dad was looking like, "Shit, don't look at me. I didn't do it." As I walked by, I said, "Lay it on thick." I went inside and was playing the flight simulator, and the mother gaslit the father. A couple minutes later, the father was passing that shit on to the boy like a hot potato. I can't remember what he said, but the energy exchange was very clear. The 10-year-old boy then passed that shit on to the youngster. He was undermining her, saying, "Stop," very forcefully, just like the mom. Actually, kind of like the mix between mom and dad. "Stop! You shouldn't be doing that." And the parents let him dominate her. She then got very upset and was having a tantrum. I wish there was something I could do. They left quickly, thank goodness, and took their sour faces away. A few minutes later, a happy family walked in, and they all had this very calm demeanor and a sense of peace and inner joy, with a nice pleasant look that they all complimented each other physically with. Luckily for me, they came in because this balanced me out, because I pick up on all these negative vibes as an INFJ. I felt better. I still wish I could have helped that little girl, but her mom was so sour that I'm afraid she is fucked in her young life, pardon my language. The boy is the one who is fucked really, pardon my language. He is the golden child, and the young girl was the black sheep, or the family dumpster. When he grows up, the world isn't going to validate him like mom and dad did. Instead of doing what he wants to do, he is only trying to please mom and dad to get that attention and validation that he's addicted to. The young girl will try and try, as she grows to get a small piece of that attention and especially validation. She will never come close to getting it. The world will validate her because she is in her authenticity. The boy's authenticity is so locked in, he may never find it and hate his life as an adult. I was playing frisbee golf a couple weeks ago and saw a mom dirty talking and yelling at a small child. They were 50, 60 yards away and I could hear her so good. I yelled, "Don't let her treat you like that." Didn't stop her. A narcissist mother is out of control. I don't know really, but it seems like they are so miserable and love to tear people down to their level. This reminds me of when I was younger. My good friends lived skip a house away, and their mom clenched her teeth and yelled at those kids so loudly that I could hear her from our house, skip a house away, and she was inside of her house while I was outside. It fucked me up. I really can't imagine how a mother could get so angry at the kids. What the fuck? Excuse my language again. If you see a mother or father yelling at the kids, stand up for the kids. Sounds like a plan for disaster, but someone needs to stand up for the kids. Maybe in the future a call could be made or something to stop this abuse. Excuse me. If there is a place or number to call, I never heard of it. It should be more common knowledge, like 811 for emotional abuse, like we have 911 for emergencies. All this might sound weak, but I understand how that little girl feels, and it ain't good. Not really fair in comparison to someone who is locked in their ego that doesn't get hurt like that little girl is hurting. Some people die and never have to feel that bad inside. Unfortunately, these trapped souls will never get to feel that good either. If you're a narcissistic programmer or mother or son or brother or father or friend, let that shit go. Look inwards and you will be saved. I hope this helped somebody. I hope it helped some kids. I just figured all this stuff out in the last couple months, and this is my best opinion on the reality of what's happening. So good luck to everybody, and I found so many people on good paths and lighted people on journeys. I'm just extremely excited right now. Have a beautiful night. Bye.